Hi, it's Anya Devine here. I've just had the weekend workshop on flower painting, and I woke up this morning to the box of flowers from the boot of the car that I just set up there, and they're looking really lovely in the sun there, and I thought I would in the sun, and also the fact that it sorry, just a second. I just love the shape of the lilies, and I don't think I'd finished with I started getting excited during the demonstration, and with a demonstration you have to stop at some point and let everyone else carry on. You can see the lilies over there from the demonstration picture, and also the sunflowers. I think I'll tackle the sunflowers another day. I don't really see so many in that box on the dresser. So yeah, I thought I'd just turn on, I've started this pen drawing, and I thought I would just turn on the video and carry it on. I've got a black pen now because that was a black one that was running out that I've used already, so it's quite dark, so I didn't think you'd be able to see very much. And there's something quite nice. So this is a darker pen that I'm using now. And I was going to say there's something quite nice about just following the line of the flowers around, and maybe drawing once and going back and redrawing, and you discover something new, or that the proportion of one is needing to change in order to fit with the proportion of another, that kind of carry on. It's quite a nice thing to just notice and re-notice, and yeah, just like meandering thought almost. It's a little bit like a daydream or something. And quite nice to be drawing for the only reason that I want to, that's the only purpose here. That there was something ignited in me when I saw the lily shining into the sun there, that made me want to look more closely and take time over it. It's quite, it's rewarding, when you stop and study something, anything really. Maisie's quite appealing there as well, isn't she? You can't see her nose now, but she's quite settled in herself there. Okay, so moving down onto the daisies there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to these with some paint as well. Maybe carrying on some of the demonstration pictures. My cousin in Ireland is interested in getting a painting, and I have a feeling that she might like one of those flower paintings. So I'm going to finish off. I'm going to start, continue working with maybe another sunflower or another lily on those couple of paintings there, and see if that's what she'd like for her over her fireplace. And we've got the Facebook sale coming up as well, of course, so those are all reasons for me to continue playing with those demonstration paintings. I quite like to do that because there's some sort of an energy that's there during the demonstration that's very fresh and has a sense of urgency about it that's good. It feels like a good urgency that's there when I'm having to, I guess when I'm describing what I'm doing, and also having to kind of make something that makes a bit of sense visually. But it also is important to me to impart the energy of the opening stages, and so often I might end up doing something fairly wild at the beginning, and so that's good ground then for me to work on at home after. and actually helpful too to record those videos where I'm working a bit more closely on a single flower for my online group, because the whole wild and free thing is grand at the start of a workshop, and I can then go around and speak to people individually and explain how to do individual flowers and the way I would use the brushes and all the rest of it, or just discuss what they want and things. But on the online group, I need to maybe find other ways to go into the next steps after that initial wild phase. And one of the ways is maybe, what I might do is actually have a Zoom call with them when I'm doing that extra sunflower or extra lily over the top of the paintings that I've got on the wall there. I'm kind of interested to do that now. I'm glad we've made that decision. So these are the little bunch of white daisy, like maybe they're chrysanthemums. I'm going over the flowers that I've drawn underneath, but I think that's alright. There's kind of a jumble of flowers here, so I'm not so concerned with having them all relate perfectly to one another. However, I do want to be curious about each individual flower and place it as truly as I can in space, in relation to what's beside it. And I feel like these three together, there's a fourth one down here, I want to get that relationship working. So there's two there, and then there's quite a chunky petal here. And then there's a single one behind it. I'm not using the microphone now, so I'm aware that I might be mumbling a little bit. And just rest assured that it's just because I woke up and I wanted to share something with you from my bed that I haven't taken the time to put my microphone on and everything. And that I do intend to carry on using my microphone in general for my YouTube videos. I didn't at the weekend either, because I was given the demonstrations and I felt that I was talking loud enough, because I was projecting to the people that were actually there. But another reason was because I thought I might trip over the blessed thing. And it was a precarious enough setup, really, with the video camera, the iPad attached to the ceiling, beam on the ceiling. And I've got a new iPad holder in a box downstairs, posted. It arrived on Saturday, but I was so tired, I just thought I'll just stick with the one I've got for this weekend. I haven't even opened the box, so I'll do that, and I'll do that this week. You can check out the new holder. I've got a different one because the one I had, although it's good having the pliable gooseneck thing, it tended to break easily with the way I was using it anyway. So I've got one that's more of it's a clamp with a lever. I don't really need it to bend into too many different shapes, so I thought it's fine to get one that's a bit sturdier but maybe not quite as pliable. So I'll see how that goes for me. Sometimes it takes me a while to adjust, to decide, okay, I need to get something slightly different here. It's a bit like when they put the speed camera in down the road. I had to get caught twice before I recognised there's a big yellow and black box there that's, I was just going 35 or maybe a wee bit more, but I was thinking about that the other day. I thought I knew the camera was there, I just didn't alter my speed until I had to pay a couple of £100 tickets, which I suppose means that the camera doesn't in the end work. Anyway, that's maybe not painting me in a very good light, is it? But the point I was trying to make is that takes me a little while to adjust to new things, or to even decide that I need to do something different. I've noticed that about myself. And it's okay, generally. As long as change happens. Change can be kind of tough, but it'll happen anyway, so. Right, I might do this last daisy flower here now. So I've had this full-on few days, and it's exactly the work that I love to do. I was thinking that yesterday, the teaching, the workshop. It's exactly the work that I love to do, and it's quite a big undertaking for me. For whatever reason, it feels like I really find myself investing in everybody and in the paintings that are made, and kind of doing my best to really what is it now, to do my best to be true to this way of working, I guess, and try to pass on as best I can the joy that I find through it, and the struggle that can be there, and the keeping the faith that's necessary, and just all the there's quite a lot over the years that I've grappled with in my own practice, and so it feels like it's I feel a desire to pass on any shortcuts that I've discovered as I'm working, to the people who come to the workshops, and to you. But anyway, so there's something about the workshops that, it's quite an undertaking, and so I don't do an awful lot of them. Like my next one now is August for a week. I'll be teaching flower painting and watercolor portraiture, so a few days of each in August, from the 8th to the 12th of August. That's my next one that I'm organising myself. However, I will be travelling to teach in Ireland in June, and so that's a different thing again, but generally it feels like, because I'm not organising it, that I can step in and have a little bit less responsibility in terms of the admin, and all that side of it is the setup is done generally, and so it makes it a little bit simpler for me to usually there's a different set of stresses there though, because it is a new venue, and you kind of need to negotiate the space to be sure that it's set up in the way that I would want it to be, and things like that need to happen, but there's other people there to help me. Whereas my own classes are generally, I'm organising everything. I did get a lovely man, Harry, helped. I give him the job of setting up the easels in advance and taking them down after. So Thursday he comes and sets everything up, so I didn't even need to be there on Thursday night. And then on Sunday he came and took all the easels away and stored them back in my cupboard again. So that was a real gift. So I'm learning a bit of delegation, because it's as I say, it's it's not to be taken lightly, this teaching lark, or maybe some might call it facilitating. It does feel a bit closer to that, because it feels like people already have within them what they need to do or what they want to do, and it's just a holding of that space where they can shine, really, I guess, or let things gradually unfold or whatever. Anyway, why was I telling you all that now? I was telling you all of that because then I had my online group last night, and it feels like And they're lovely as well now. And I'm going to send them out their email what they're going to do this week, and maybe consider the Zoom call with them maybe on Thursday if I can. Anyway, I'm telling you all of that because this really is the first day in the last 4 where I've woken up knowing that I don't have any people to meet, I suppose. That's the main thing, I don't have any people to meet. And while I have got some work that I would like to do, generally today is about me catching up with myself a little bit. So I'm going to go to, my plan is to go to the beach for a swim first and take my iPad and do a little bit of work after that. Maybe, I don't want to set in stone too much because really, my main idea when I woke up was to go to the space and brightness of the beach and walk, maybe swim, and just have a little holiday day for myself where I am working but making it, lifting it from the mundane to the extraordinary, as somebody on YouTube said yesterday, lifting things from the mundane to the extraordinary. Was it Amanda Ellis who said that on YouTube? So, yeah. That's my plan. And I didn't expect to do this. I didn't expect to do it on camera either. So this is quite nice, this little bonus catch up. And quietening and drawing. These are Alison's hellebores here. Alison came to the workshop, bought these beautiful flowers from her garden. And they have this lovely these drooping heads. Beautifully graceful. They're hiding behind the curtain there a little bit, which feels a bit like their character. Like you might want to what's that word? Yeah, something maybe demure, or like to defer to the lily above it that's shining brightly in the sun. So it's like they're not used to having centre stage, these hellebores. Maybe. But they certainly were easier at the weekend for folk who were painting than the lilies. I much preferred painting the hellebores to the lilies. And just do those flowers, those leaves down here, to take off the very distinctive shape there. Break into it a little bit. The leaves that are sitting in front of it. And there's the negative spaces, the spaces between the leaves to observe as well, which is kind of nice. Pleasing exercise. Of course, with a line drawing, there isn't huge potential for describing tone, and I don't want to start filling in large areas really with cross-hatched marks or anything, because I feel that the line is the thing that I appreciate here. So if I was to use paint later on, I'd enjoy going into the darks down there to highlight those lights and those beautiful daisies that stand out so much in the light. Maybe I could do that single dark triangle just to highlight brightness of them. Yeah, I think I'll find a few dark patches, because really those white daisies are pretty luminous, aren't they? So those of you who are concerned for Maisie today, I'm not going to be taking her to the beach with me because she's going out with Kaylee to see all her friends. Kaylee's the dog walker who takes Maisie on a Tuesday and Friday. So she gets a good run in a field. Yeah, that's right, Maisie. Big sigh. Yeah, so I guess I'm just reinforcing bits that to me seem especially dark. So I'll spread that out. Yeah, I think it kind of helps to punctuate a few areas that are especially dark now that I've started here, to bring some across there too. I don't know if it's a good idea or not. I'm doing it now anyway. And I feel like this needing just a wee bit more floweriness down here. So I mean, there is the handle of the jug. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, yeah. So the leaf, the stem of the leaf goes into the jug there. The stem of the flower carves around and goes back into the jug as well. Everything's a bit moving, like I'm barely holding the pen, but it's alright, I think. I'm going to try and place the edge of the jug there now, so it runs down the left side of that, the centre of that daisy, the right side of the centre of the daisy, and then the handle arcs up and down. And then there's the rest of the edge of it. I'm not sure if it really reads as a jug yet, but it's something anyway. Maybe it's a wee bit more sculptural than the flowers and leaves, so maybe it'll man-made looking. Maybe it'll stand out, I don't know. I'm just carrying on anyway. The rest of this carry on here. There's a beautiful red gerber up here. I'm just about to see the back of it. It's tilting slightly. What's lovely about the gerber is the bright orange glow where the sunlight falls on the red. It changes to almost fluorescent red-orange. Some of those tips there. And there's a eucalyptus leaf splitting the... It's going up through the flower. I suppose I will do it. Maybe I won't. And there's the green trumpeting a bit at the bottom of the chrysanthemum, gerber. Yeah, I'd say I'm probably mumbling really a lot now because I'm starting to kind of get myself involved in this. And when that happens, I tend to lower my voice and just assume that you're able to hear me, which must be fierce irritating. And I don't have the mic on. And then there's that bright one that splits the gerber, but maybe I can just let it drift up a little bit. And get a bit mixed up, eh? I think that's catching something of the jumble of the flowers in the box there. I may keep going a little bit myself after I've switched you off, but Friday I'll post it on my Facebook group page, the 30 Days of Art with Anya. If I don't keep going, I'll still post it on there, sure. I feel like I might carry on. It's just a little bit awkward having to hold it up the way that I am for the camera. Okay, thanks for joining me. It's been really nice. See you this morning. So it's goodbye from Maisie. Goodbye from the flowers. Goodbye from me. See ya.